Queens, New York, doctor supervision is provided every step of the way. Call today, 855-5-NJ-DIET, or log on to njdiet.com today to learn how you can lose 20 to 50 pounds in only 40 days. That's 855-5-NJ-DIET, or log on to njdiet.com.
Traffic center back to go to Long Island. Big jam up as you're heading out the train along the South Shore on the Southern State Parkway. East of Clifton Broadway, into 30, ongoing accident. Meanwhile, if you're heading towards the city, you're in Suffolk County. We've got an accident just reported recently west on the LI in Farmingdale, right around exit 62. On the city side, you've got a problem here now north on the Cross Island Parkway, crash at Linden Boulevard, and the northbound Whitestone Expressway coming into the Whitestone Bridge with a collision. Brooklyn, accident reported on the southbound D2 at Atlantic Avenue. The southbound FDR Drive has just set up right lane construction in the 70s. Delays back up the Harlem River Drive into the 130s. And a collision in Elizabeth reported on southbound Route 1 and 9 coming into North Avenue into Center Lane. This report sponsored by Jeff Anderson and Associates. If you were sexually abused as a child, attorneys Jeff Anderson and Associates may be able to help. Please visit AndersonAdvocates.com to heal your past and protect New York children today. That's AndersonAdvocates.com, 57 West 57th Street, 4th floor, New York, New York, 10019. From the RayCatina.com Traffic Center, I'm Tom Newton on 77 WABC. Here's Channel 7's Bill Evans with the forecast.
So we're looking at 10 to 20 mile per hour winds today with gusts around 30. Sunny clouds 44 this afternoon. It'll feel like the 30s. Kind of cloudy later on tonight, but lows about 30 in the city, 25 in the suburbs. We've got sunny clouds to start today on Friday by afternoon. A spritz or a sprinkle of rain in the city, maybe a little west snow or sleet mixed together tomorrow afternoon. The high is 45. Now, Saturday is cloudy. The high is 48. Rain moves in Saturday after sunset, and that'll be a rain night Saturday night, overnight. Some of that rain's going to be heavy, lasting into Sunday morning. By afternoon Sunday, we'll have sunny breaks and a high near 60 degrees. Have a great day. This is Reno 77 WBC, where New York comes to talk.
In Tijuana, Mexico, what's Hillary doing in the caravan? She's spreading tuberculosis to those poor innocent caravanners. What's the matter with her? Why does she hate the caravanners? Good morning and welcome. It's an exciting day for Andrea Longshue in New York. I still don't think Andrea's going to be happy, though. Andrea is having his male genitalia lopped off today. And he's having a vagina installed.
Knock it
and
off.
then,
Knock it off.
it'll be like a Lou Reed song. And then Andrea Shirley will be happy. Well, wait a minute. I guess the headline of the New York Times says, "My new vagina won't make me happy." And it shouldn't have to. Yeah, I mean, how much responsibility are you going to put on it, for God's sake? It already performs miracles all over the place, and now you want it to make you happy, too. How many people are going to make happy? Good morning and welcome. It is a crazy world out there, and it's not because of me or because of people like me. But there are a lot of nuts out there, and I'm happy to say that the vast majority of them are Democrats and vote Democrat. We had Rahm Emanuel, my old high school classmate. You know, he lopped his finger off with a deli slicer when he was in high school. You had to put it on real thick cut to get your whole finger cut off at the knuckle, don't you? Rahm Emanuel was on the television this morning with his pals at Morning Joke at PNC TV. Of course, the Pigeon Sisters aren't there because they're skulking around somewhere. They just got hitched in an illegal ceremony at the National Archives or something like that, but they know people, so really breaking the law for Democrats doesn't really matter much. They get away with it all the time. Just look at Hillary Clinton smashing all what is the cell phones and the laptops? They took hammers to them. They wiped out 33,000 emails. Not a problem. But Rahm Emanuel was on the television this morning with his pals at PNC TV. And I said, what are you going to run Beto O'Rourke for president for? He's a proven loser. I'm like, I'm sorry, wasn't Hillary Clinton your nominee 2 years ago? I don't want to pick nits here. I don't want to point out the facts. But I think you guys have run two-time loser Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton, who collapses at public events and hacks up lungs and lies about stuff all the time and what with a cloth or something, hires people to destroy phones and laptops while the FBI and Congress are investigating her. But that's okay. New York Times is good with that, so it's kosher. Good stuff. And like, the party of Hillary Clinton sure wouldn't want to run a loser. Wouldn't want to run somebody who's proven to have lost in the past. No, not a chance. She's good when she's appointed to jobs, though. She's real good when she's appointed to jobs. That's Hillary Diane. So lots and lots of wackadoodles today, thanks to the usual suspects. I've got updates from Tijuana, which is Mexico. It's in Mexico. And it turns out we got tuberculosis and HIV and respiratory infections and got all kinds of stuff there in the caravan. And Democrats want to invite them into your home, not to theirs, but to yours. And they're very generous, so they'd like to have you pay for it. That will prove how generous they are, aren't they wonderful? The news media is apoplectic this morning because, very exciting news, Michael Cohen, the president's erstwhile lawyer/fixer from New York, who we're pretending is the centerpiece to something when, of course, he's not. Michael Cohen has pled guilty in New York of a charge of lying to Congress. This is what, now, you notice that all the charges are perjury traps. They're never about, we colluded with Russia. It's just, they said it was Tuesday when in fact it was Wednesday. They said, no, I never sent that email when they did send an email to somebody. The email doesn't matter, it's just whether they said they sent the email or not. Dr. Jerome Korsky. And this is as the news media gets equally excited every time. They get spun up like little girls. And it's like the moon landing for them. Every day is filled with excitement and mirth for them because they think they're getting closer to taking down Trump. And thus far, at least, they never are. They just make up this stuff. And President Trump was doing an interview yesterday with, I think it was the New York Post, right? And they asked him a question, well, would you consider pardoning Paul Manafort? Paul Manafort has been charged with financial crimes having nothing to do with collusion with Russia and the Trump campaign. But it looks like he may have had some very shaky business practices in years past. And doggone it if Mueller and his team of merry men, Democrat donors mostly, Hillary Clinton donors and supporters mostly, it looks as though they've gotten to the bottom of Manafort's financial crimes from years ago. Now, of course, the assumption at this point is that he's been tried and he's guilty of everything. That's the way the news media speaks of everything. He's only been accused, but that doesn't matter when you're a Republican. You're guilty until proven innocent. See Brett Kavanaugh, just for example. See Clarence Thomas, because they've got a long history of lynching people like Ted Kennedy was fond of doing in the old days. But the president was asked yesterday, well, would you consider pardoning Paul Manafort? And he said, I wouldn't rule it out. What? He wouldn't rule it out? I can't believe he wouldn't rule it out. You've got to rule it out. The media says you've got to rule it out. If you don't rule it out, the media is going to become very upset. What about Hillary Clinton's people? And should any of them be destroying evidence? They all got immunity. Why is that? Well, that's because they deserve immunity. Because they're on the side of the angels. Because, sure. The president is fixing to leave. He's going to get aboard Marine One on the south lawn of the White House, fly aboard Marine One, the Marine Corps helicopter, HMX-1, revered, historic Marine Corps helicopter squadron, fly the helicopter out to Andrews, get aboard Air Force One, fly to, is he going to beautiful Buenos Aires? He's on his way to Argentina for the G20 summit. Why do you think they call it the G20? The G20 summit, where, oh no, he might see Putin. And the news media is very, will he talk to Putin? Will he? If he doesn't stab Putin in the neck with a knitting needle, then he hasn't done enough to satisfy the news media. You gotta jump on his head like he's a spider monkey, take him down to the ground, stab his eyes out with a knitting needle. Then the media will say, well, sure, now he's just trying to cover up his past collusion with Russia. But the president's headed down there, and they're hoping that the president will stop before getting on Marine One on the south lawn of the White House, and that he will take queries from the the community down there, the White House press corps, and that he'll answer questions about Michael Cohen, who has pled guilty to a charge of lying to Congress. Now, what is the news media is hysterical about this. What is it that he allegedly lied to Congress about? Because that matters a lot in this. Now, setting up perjury traps, for example, Michael Cohen spoke to the Mueller investigators for 70 hours. So if you do that for 7 hours a day, that's 10 days for Democrats who are obviously math challenged at every turn. 7 hours a day for 10 days he testified. And he testified behind closed doors to Congress forever and ever. And you know what they've got him on? An inconsistency.
Lying to Congress.
In his 70 hours of testimony with the Democrat team led by Mueller, and of course, then the congressional testimony. And they've got, now if he had pled guilty to colluding with Russia, that'd be kind of interesting. Pled guilty to accepting money from Russia, to arranging to corrupt our election. That'd be kind of interesting stuff. Inconsistency in testimony, which is what we're looking at here. Otherwise, the charge would be more clear, more easy to explain. Then that would be the thing. But all we're getting, and I was laughing out loud a few minutes ago because the story that's posted on the top of Drudge right now and elsewhere is from ABC News. They got the big scoop. And the story is typed up by George Stephanopoulos, who is, of course, a Clinton administration official. So when you look at, the Clinton corrupt influence and all of this, you can't stop with the Mueller team members that contributed money to the Clinton campaign, that gave money to the Clinton Foundation, that worked for the Clinton Foundation in at least one case, that have their ties to Obama and Clinton through money and their work and so on. It doesn't stop there, because when it comes time to leak allegedly sensational news bits to the corrupt news media, they call Clinton administration officials like George Stephanopoulos, and they leak them the story so that they can get the party spin on it as it comes out. And then the rest of the news media follows. They go chasing after the George Stephanopoulos story like it's real news or something. It's fascinating, utterly corrupt. Filthy corrupt. But there it is. So little George types it up for him, and the Democrats are having a good day. They're having a good media day. The president will probably stop because he can't resist and talk to news cameras in the south lawn of the White House, and then he'll say something that will make them go crazy again. Pretty predictable at this point, isn't it? President tweeting, the president stopping and talking, the president speaking. He does media interviews, more often than Barack Obama ate meals while he was president. And Barack Obama, speaking of Barack Obama is out there taking credit for everything good that's happening in America. It's almost amazing. Were it not for the fact that I already knew that he is a clinical narcissist. I've known that for many years now. And the news media fluffs that up. They pump it up for him. You are as great as you think. I think you're as great as you think. I long to brush up against the hem of your garment. Just say thank you, please. Just a thank you, please. And Barack Obama, he saw that the United States is now the #1 oil producer in the world. Now, keep in mind that Barack Obama fought against fossil fuels for 8 years. He refused to approve the Keystone XL pipeline, for example, because it pumped oil. And he's getting us off of oil. And then, when the United States under President Trump, nearly 2 years in, makes the U.S. into this economic powerhouse with the lowest unemployment rate for African Americans in history, Barack Obama's like, I did that. He wants to take credit for all the good stuff. The stock market is booming like nobody's business. That was me. That was me. And now we're the #1 producer of oil in the world. And Barack Obama, who fought hammer and sickle against all petroleum products and development of petroleum-based energy sources. He's Mr. Windmill and solar and Tesla. In fact, I sent some Tesla stuff yesterday, didn't I? Yes, I did. I was texting about the Tesla thing because President Trump was talking about stripping away the tax incentives to buy electric cars. And I went and I looked at the Tesla thing yesterday, and I want to talk about that in a couple of minutes. But now we're the #1 oil producer in the world. And Barack Obama came out after fighting for 8 years against fossil, very vocally, very clear, unambiguously opposed to fossil fuels as a source of energy going forward. And then he has the temerity to come out night before last and take credit for it.
I know we're an oil country, and we need American energy, and by the way, American energy production. You wouldn't always know it, but
You fought
it went
against
up every year I was president.
it? It went up every year I was president.
And that whole, suddenly America's like the biggest oil producer and the biggest gas. That was me, people. I just wanted to. So.
Who were the fluffers on the stage there with him? It was in Houston. It was at the James A. Baker III Center for Not So Truthful Stuff. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? The James A. Baker III Center for Not So Truthful Stuff and Not So Truthful People. Amazing things. Oh yeah, the Tesla. I love the Tesla. I went looking. I went online to build my Tesla, and they have a website, thanks to Al Gore, peace be upon him. And I went and I built my Tesla. $158,000, this Tesla car. But thanks to Barack Obama, if you're in the market for a $158,000 car, the middle class will subsidize that to the tune of $7,500. Because if you're, the baseline model I think is like $130,000 or something, maybe you got one for a little less, but $100,000 to $160,000 this car. But thanks to Barack Obama and his elitist friends, the rich, controlling the government, the middle class subsidizes people that are buying $158,000 cars by giving them a break. Here's $7,500 from the middle class. Take it. It's Barack Obama's gift to you because that's how corrupt we are. That's how upside down the world is. This holiday season, you should give for APR with auto pay. You can get a loan from $5,000 to $100,000. You can get your money as soon as the day that you apply. This holiday season saves even more money with an additional interest rate discount. Now listen, the only way to get this additional discount is to go to lightstream.com/plant. That's me, Plant. That's lightstream.com/plant. This is subject to credit approval. Rate includes 0.5% auto pay discount. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/plant for more information. Yeah, get a Tesla, and the middle class will subsidize you. That's Democrat policy. We want people to drive electric cars because they won't build any new coal-fired plants to power the electric cars, or nuclear power plants, or hydroelectric plants, but maybe monkeys will pedal bicycles like on Gilligan's Island, and we can power it that way.
There's only one Chris Platt. The Chris Platt Show. The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had a lot of credit card debt, and I couldn't pay my bills. I was feeling so bad. I got to a point where I needed some help. So I reached out and contacted Trinity.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-383-0687 to talk to a certified counselor.
They were able to take all of my different payments and put them all together.
Sure, you can probably work on it to be one easy-to-manage monthly payment. Put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges. Reduce your interest and possibly you'll save time.
And they were actually able to work with my creditors. I've been able to pay off close to $15,000 in the last 18 months.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-383-0687.
My name is
1-800-383-0687.
Now, many things scare me, kid. Vampires, werewolves, children, not one bit. But you know what does scare me? Downtime, inefficiency. Scares the living daylights out of me. That's why I use Grainger. They're America's #1 source for industrial supplies. Plus, they got the inventory management solutions that keep us running. So we've got uptime, we've got efficiency, we've got productivity. When it comes to keeping your facility running, Grainger's got your back. Call or click Grainger.com to see for yourself. Grainger, for the one to get it done.
This is one thing that keep storing coffee, tea, or smoking. How it runs is the confidence will keep you suppliers and certainly